Now we come to part 3. Mr. Lee, an English teacher, interviews John and Mary on a school's radio program. So again, we need to know who is talking. It's Mr. Lee, John and Mary. And where are they? Probably they are at school because Mr. Lee is the teacher and John and Mary obviously are students. So what is it about? So it is about a school radio program. And then we quickly go through the question and answers in part 3. That means page 8 and 9. Then we will know that the radio program is about dogs because the word dog appears again and again. Okay, so now what kind of dogs is it? So is it about pets or maybe a working dog? So then we need to listen carefully to their interviews. Okay, number 1. What is John and Mary's project about? So blind people, walking dogs, pets, and students. Then we can guess it probably is B or C. Okay, but we need to be careful and then we need to listen first. Good afternoon, John and Mary. You've been doing a project about working dogs. Yes, Mr. Lee, usually people think dogs only as pets, but there are many dogs which work for us. So you can see the word working dogs, dogs which work for us happen twice. So answer would be B. It's quite straightforward, right? So and then the first sentence here actually tells you the answers already. Number 2, what does Mary mean? Guide dogs have a master. Master 主人. Okay, guide dogs have to go to school. Guide dogs are blind. Blind, that means someone can't see. Guide dogs are very young. So what does it mean? So let's listen. Some dogs help people who are blind. So does it mean the dogs are blind? No, they help people who are blind. That means the people are blind, but not the dogs. Well, these guide dogs must receive training. Yes, they are like students. They must go to school and learn many things. So you can see from here that she means guide dogs have to go to school. They need to be trained. 佢哋要受訓練。咁點訓練呢？就係去學校度訓練。That's why B is the answer. They need to go to school and learn many things. Number 3, John says, this is not easy. What does this mean? A, helping the blind cross the road. B, helping the police stop the traffic. C, going to a training center. D, helping guide dogs. So what is not easy? Is it helping the blind not easy? Helping the police not easy? Or going to a training center is not easy? Or helping guide dogs is not easy? So what does it mean? John says, guide dogs needs to help the blind cross the street. Well, this is not easy. Dogs need to stop when people stop. So you can see from this sentence, he is actually talking about crossing the street, right? And this one is not easy for guide dogs because they have to stop when people stop, but the people cannot see. Remember, they are blind. That's why A, helping the blind crossing road is not easy. How long is the training? Number 4. So you can see from here, it says, there are training centers in Hong Kong. The training usually takes 6 to 9 months. 6 to 9 months. So that's up to 9 months. 6 weeks, of course not. It's because 6 to 9 months. So less than 6 months will be too short. So it would be up to 9 months. Number 5. John says guide dogs are helpful at home because they bark at strangers, receive phone calls, watch TV with their master, get things for their master. So I guess you understand that receiving phone calls, so it seems to be quite quite funny, right? The dogs can receive phone calls really. So let's take a look. At home, these guide dogs are also very helpful. They can get things for their masters. I've seen them get telephones for blind people. Oh, also turn on or off a television. They are very clever and helpful. Now, be careful with this one. They get telephones for blind people. That means they get the phone and give it to the blind people. It doesn't mean they receive the phone calls and say hi, all right? Because you know dogs can't speak. So the answer why John says they are helpful because they can get things for their master. Be careful with this one. Of course, you say turning on and off the TV, also correct. But this is from Mary. I'm talking about John. So what is the view from John? What does John think? So answer should be D, get things for their masters. So when you listen, that's why I say it is very important for you to know who are speaking. Here, number 5 is about asking about John. Then you can't use Mary's point of view as the answer because I'm asking about John. What does John think? Why did he say the dogs are helpful? Okay. Now, number 6. This time is Mary. How does she feel? How does Mary feel? Here, they are very clever and very helpful. Yes, I've seen police officers with dogs. Those police officers are not blind. No, of course not. Ha 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 ha. So how does she feel? Of course, you see the word laughing. Then you can also hear her laughing. Then she's happy, of course. So here is testing you. Do you understand their conversation, what they're talking about? And can you feel their emotions? Where do police dogs work? At the airport, and train station, or on streets? So dogs are also very helpful to the police. They can help chase thieves and search for things. Perhaps you've seen them at the airport or at train station or even on streets walking with police officers. So answer should be all of the above, 1, 2, 3. So you can see them everywhere actually. Why do dogs go to the police dog unit? To get food, to chase thieves, to get training, or to find their masters? Okay, here it says they need training. Yes, they go to the police dog unit. Because they do a lot of things actually. They chase thieves, yes. They search for things, yes. And they are everywhere in the public. So they need training. And where do they get training? It's the police dog unit. So answer number 8 would be C. Number 9. In order to become a police dog, the dog must be cute, gentle, friendly, or obedient. Okay, so I think you know the answer should be the dog should be obedient. Yes, D. Because here it says the unit chooses dog which obey their trainers. Sure, they must follow instructions. 要跟規矩嘅，要服從佢嘅訓練員嘅。So that's why we say obedient 係好順服嘅，係好聽話嘅。Okay? Alright, and the last question, number 10. What have you learned about the work of special police dogs? It is important, it is easy, it is fun, and it is boring. So what about the work of these police dogs? So what have we learned? If a building falls down in a storm, some dogs are very helpful in finding missing people. They are special police dogs. They save many lives. Okay, so is it easy job? No, obviously. Is it fun? No, because people die, and buildings are falling down and it is not fun. And is it boring? Of course not. Actually, it's quite exciting, right? Because it's in a disaster, in a mess, and the dogs are coming to help people. So it's about saving lives, and save lives is an important thing. So it is important, because without the dogs we may not be able to find the missing people, because they are hidden in the blocks and in the falling objects, and people may be hidden somewhere or trapped in some places that we cannot find them easily. So with the dogs, because they have very sensitive smell, and they can smell things easily. Okay, so that's all for this exercise, and I hope you can get most of them correct. If not, so try to remember what I told you. First, read the rubrics, okay, like this. You have to read the rubrics and ask yourself who are talking and where are they and what is it about. So once you can get the gist of the most important keywords, okay, from the rubrics, and then quickly skim through the questions and answers, and you will get the main theme of the conversation, and you can get the answer more easily. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you for watching, and let's continue with our hard work and improve ourselves, okay, day by day. Goodbye.